Welcome, TCSTV viewers. I am not Chris Nichols. My name is Dave.
And I'm not Jordan. I'm Evelyn from the camera store.
And we're the new hosts of TCSTV. We're very excited.
A little bit nervous, so be nice to us.
But today, for our first video, we're going to be comparing two cameras that get hotly contested in the market here. We've chosen the T7i from Canon, and I have the Sony A6300.
Yeah, they're both really similar on paper, 24 megapixels, super capable cameras, but there's a lot of differences and things that we don't like about each camera that we're going to go through with you today, so you can decide which one might be best for you. It's a slick minivan you have there, Dave.
This is the luxury. This is the 2008 Town & Country Limited. Thank you very much.
Jordan really wants to get a minivan too. The thing I want to talk about the cameras first is just the look and feel of them. So with the grip on the Canon EOS Rebel, I find that this body is really similar to a lot of previous Rebels. It is a little bit of a deeper, more narrow grip, and I'm not sure if I love that. I feel like my hands almost kind of feel awkward and kind of cramp around the grip. But otherwise it's okay.
See, I've shot Canon for years, and so I'm much more comfortable with that kind of grip. The Sony's a little smaller camera overall. The grip isn't quite as deep. I find I'm pinching it a little bit more and hanging on to it a little more aggressively than normal.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to drop it, and you should probably put that strap on it. You should always put your strap on, Dave.
The camera strap is on.
Excellent.
And I'm much more comfortable now.
Canon T7i is a really capable camera. We start off with a 24 megapixel sensor, which is the same sensor as the Canon 80D. So if you're thinking of getting an advanced DSLR camera and want something maybe smaller, a little bit easier to use, then the T7i is a perfect choice. Now, it has a fully articulating screen, unlike the A6300, which is great if you're thinking about doing vlogging or if you want to do selfies. I also find that when you flip it up, it's a little bit easier to do those low-angle shots of kids, pets, or whatever you're shooting. And it also has a feature assist mode, so it's going to tell you exactly what all the features do for you. So it's a really great camera to learn how to do photography with. I also like that it has a level built into it, so you can click through the different display modes on the buttons on the back, and you can actually make sure that your horizon is perfectly level. Great for if you're doing landscapes or even for group shots, things like that.
A few basic features about the 6300 that I really like. For me, ergonomically, it is a pretty decent little camera. Sony's been carrying that forward from the NEX6, NEX7 even. It holds nicely. I like it. I do like it does have articulating screen. It allows you to shoot a little low-angle shots like this. If you want to look over your neighbor's fence, you can do this. I don't recommend that though. What's been seen can't be unseen. If it's too bright like it is like today, this rear screen is really tough to look at. We do have a digital viewfinder, which is very nice. Hold it up to my eye, it automatically switches over, and I can see that and make use of that. It also helps with stability as well, instead of holding the camera out at arm's length. So we're at Foothills Athletic Park, which is a great place to test the autofocus of these two cameras.
Yeah, we know a lot of you are parents and might want to use these cameras to photograph your kids doing different sports, and so they thought it'd be a perfect way to test autofocus and the frame rate.
For sure. So I should have a good advantage over you. My camera's got a million autofocus points, right?
Yes, it has a lot. I think it's like 380 more than this camera.
For sure. But the biggest difference I think we're going to find is the frames per second, how many keepers we get. This camera is capable of 11 frames per second.
Yeah, mine's 6.
So
okay.
We should hopefully have a few more keepers to choose from with this camera than that. I'm going to be shooting with the 55-210 from Sony.
And I have the 55-250 from Canon.
So these are typically the two kit lenses that come with in a kit with these different cameras.
Yeah.
So they're more of a real world test for the people that are going to buy this camera. This is a marketplace. There's guys out there that'll spend several thousands of dollars on lenses. I've been one of them. So I'm interested to see how these lenses are going to perform. Autofocus is very impressive on here. You see the autofocus points fluttering all around the frame here. It's pretty impressive actually to follow. In a sport like this where it's soccer and things are changing quickly, it's pretty cool to have something that's this aggressive to work with.
The one thing I really love about shooting with the DSLR opposed to a mirrorless camera is just how it feels and sounds when you take a picture. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's just nice. Okay, so our friends have joined us at the track. We have Becca and Drew, and they're gonna do some running for us. We're gonna stand still, we're gonna test out the different autofocus modes or frame rates, and they're gonna run circles around us.
All right, guys, we're running.
Mark, set, go.
I'm gonna switch lenses and I'm gonna get this guy sprinting off the start for some 120 footage.
When it comes to video on these two cameras, the Sony A6300 definitely seems more impressive because of the 4K video feature, but I'd almost trade that for the 1080p video on the Canon simply because of that dual pixel autofocus. It's pretty much the gold standard for continuous tracking autofocus for video, and for someone that's mostly doing stills with the occasional video and they want them to look good, you want them to be sharp, that's really important. You don't have to worry about manually focusing your video because you know that the Canon autofocus system is going to nail it pretty much every time. So if you wanted to get more serious about video, then getting into a 4K camera like the A6300 would be a good way to go.
For sure, I definitely agree. I love the dual pixel autofocus that Canon has to offer, and incorporating it with a touchscreen is brilliant. It works really, really well. These guys, certainly the A6300 has the 4K video, and it's great, but it's overkill for a lot of people's needs. A lot of people are really happy with 1080, but 4K is great. If you're an aspiring filmmaker, you want to push it to that next level, you've got that ability. The autofocus works decent on this, but I give it to the Canon for its dual pixel autofocus.
That's all right.
All right, so we spent the day shooting in the park, shooting track and field, having a little bit of fun, and basically spending like an average day with one of these cameras.
Overall, we figured that these cameras are both really capable. They do the job. They'd be great for people that are getting into photography more.
For sure. You can't really go wrong with either one of these models. The Canon, if you're looking for more of a traditional kind of approach to photography, because it has the optical viewfinder, will give you that. If you're looking more video-oriented kind of stuff, the Sony with its 4K video capabilities is phenomenal.
Yeah, the menu system on the T7i is more intuitive, and so if you are a beginner or you're moving just from a smartphone, I think most users will find that the T7i is a little bit easier to use. That paired with the feature assist and the scene modes is just nice to have.
I love the touchscreen on it, and dual pixel autofocus is brilliant to work with.
All right, TCSTV viewers, thanks so much for tuning in today. We hope that you enjoyed our comparison review between the Canon T7i and the Sony A6300.
And our very first video together.
Yes, please let us know what you think by commenting below. Let us know what you thought of it. And if you want, you can follow us on Instagram. And if you like what you saw and you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe. Otherwise, we'll catch you again next time.
Thanks for watching.